Hello and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. We enter into the third weekend of the harvest. Well, technically everything's a harvest season. The fall season. Not quite sure why harvest just came to mind. I guess it's the intrinsically stuck in my head that school harvest festivals and all sorts of things are generally in the autumn. Well, that's just how it is in my brain, at least. And probably in a few brains otherwise. Anyway, as you can see, I'm just going to harvest a few more crops. I've got a little bit more of the fairy roses to harvest, which, as long as I keep a couple nearby the beehives, that's the main thing, so that they can then generate a decent quantity of fairy rose honey, as that is the most valuable honey, if memory serves. Now, some of the stuff that I want to achieve today, or in the next couple of days, are to completely finish off the cash bundle in the community centre so that I can purchase everything in there and unlock the desert finally. And that's one of the big things that I would very much like to achieve. As you can see, I'm just finishing watering off this part of the garden. I wouldn't really call it a farm at the moment. It's still a bit of a mess. But anyway, I've got a few things to grab and to harvest, which isn't exactly difficult, and I need to be ready. Now, one of the things, as well as dealing with the desert bus, I forgot the words for bus there, good grief. I am having one of those days where I can just go, you know what, words, what are those? Chadoy. Not like I have literally one job and that's being a voice actor and I should be able to read and think about words, but no, can't be doing that. Righty, anyway. So I'm just going to quickly harvest this bok choy, pak choy, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, there's a hole there. Let's fill that in. Wonderful stuff. It's what I get for not planting things. Now, one of the major things that I've got here is just to quickly flog all of the things that I have in my inventory. I don't really need all of them, and they'll just sell. That's kind of the main joy. Righty, throw that in there as well. Now, I'm going to probably put the bok choy in the fridge because it's low quality. It doesn't really matter hugely. I can put a couple of bits of fish in there. And, you know, I'm probably going to need another fridge at some point. I also should probably figure out a better table decoration, considering I just keep accidentally picking that one up. Maybe a pumpkin. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Righty, so I actually need to give the pumpkin to somebody. That's the main aim here. Now, just going to quickly lop down these trees here because they're just in the way and they're... Oh no, that was stupid. That was real stupid. I should have cut that down facing this way. Essentially, I'm an idiot. Oh well. At least I'm aware of the fact that I'm an idiot. And finally, my barn is complete. So that does mean I can actually finally purchase some cows, which would be great. Because milk is one of the things that I need for the animal bundle. And once I complete the animal bundle, I'll be quite happy, as that would be another bundle complete in the community centre. I'm just going to quickly redistribute the hay here. I know it's a good day, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I do enjoy the fact that you can't really see them, the animals just hiding in the hordes of hay and the long grass. It's not really hay at the moment, it hasn't been cut. I can do words good, yes. As you can tell, it's one of those days. Okay, so let's purchase some animals. Now, I'm going to purchase a couple of dairy cows, I think. Because that'd be nice. Because then I can just have cows. And they can generate me milk. Which is lovely. That's what I want. No, let's have a sillier name. Let's think. Rena's not a good name. Mooface, on the other hand, that is a good name. So we'll have Mooface. Yeah, little Mooface. What else do we need? I also do want a brown chicken. So I'm just going to back out every time she offers me a white chicken. There we go. Got a brown one. I'd actually totally forgotten that that was actually a thing that you could do. So yeah, feeling a little bit stupid on that one. Oh well. And again, I'm not sure about that name. What should we do? Cluckers? I'm going to have to be very careful when I say that, aren't I? Because knowing my luck, I'll accidentally slip up and say something I really don't want to say. Because, you know, I'm trying to be a good boy and not swear. It's difficult, believe me. Especially considering a lot of what a lot of British people would consider offensive is, well, a lot less so than what an American would. I learned that the hard way when I lived in America, as, yeah, apparently we British are potty mouths. And it's like, have you ever met an Australian? I mean, okay, probably not. You live in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. But all the same. Okay, and she's not here. That's not a problem. I'll live. Hello, Sam. You do a kickflip. You do you, champ. But yeah, it's one of those oddities that, like, within the English-speaking world, I would consider that Australians are more relaxed when it comes to offensive language. We Brits are, well, somewhere in the middle, and the Americans are very prudish. Which has always been strange. But then again, I guess it's the religious culty influences of... Well, I mean, when you ship off a bunch of religious people because they're too religious for you and send them off to a different country, it's gonna happen. But hey-ho, that's just a language for you. It's interesting how language evolves as a thing anyway. Okay, so I've now finally purchased the final upgrade in the vault. And here we go. The Junimos are going to build a bridge. I mean, not right now. Tonight, they will build the bridge, and that will make me happy. The house was empty for many years. The trees moved in, and so did we. Oh man, that'd be really creepy if the Junimos had my voice. That'd be terrifying. Just out of nowhere, you just do this incredibly British little blob creature. Just, I don't like it. But then again, some people do like it. And believe me, I'm appreciative of it. But I think it would be very terrifying. Now, of course, I managed to accidentally delete a good chunk of the recording there. That was me running around, going into seeing Maru and having her father be Demetrius, being odd, as he is wont to do so. Anyway, I have a pumpkin that I need to deliver. That's one of my key things today. And I also want to rummage around in some bins, but there's too many people around, so I can't do that. But let's have a quick look and see what I can purchase. Oh, I could buy the triple shot espresso recipe. The trouble is I haven't got the ability to grow coffee yet, so it's a bit of a moot point. And I think what I will do is I will have a small, like a couple of coffee bushes in... yeah, no, I don't have a kitchen, Lee. I mean, come on, how do you say that? I know I'm dyslexic and a bit stupid, but come on. And I know I've said it before, like how I managed to get really fuddled by the name Sean, spelled S-E-A-N, or Scene. Because, you know, Sean Bean needs to make up his mind. Because it's either Scene Bean or it's Sean Bourne. Come on, make your mind up, mate. This is why I shouldn't be allowed out in public. So, is this who I need to give a pumpkin to? I'm pretty sure it is. Have a pumpkin. Apparently, Jodie says that makes her day special, and I needed to give it to Caroline. Bottoms. I don't know if there's time enough to grow another pumpkin. Bottoms. Right, okay, well, I'm going to have to get some more pumpkin seeds just to be on the safe side so I can grow more. Unless some of the mixed pumpkin seeds that are the mixed seeds that I have planted will grow a pumpkin, which is a possibility, and I know I planted them earlier in the week. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up today. I went into the Lost Woods, Hidden Forest, Lost Forest, whatever you want to call it, and I chopped down some lumbery things. I've got a calendar now, I've got a rare crow. I mean, the calendar's actually kind of useful, and I'm going to put it in the kitchen, because that's what I do with my calendar. I have a guinea pig calendar, which I get every year from my parents. I used to get one from my grandmother before she passed, which is always quite sweet, because she never actually met the boys, but she did understand that I very much love them to bits. So I'm going to put the calendar in the kitchen because that's where I keep it. And I think that's a sensible place because I don't spend a huge amount of time in the kitchen, only when I'm cooking, but it's somewhere that I can have a look. My mother told me from a young age that on the calendar you should have all the contact numbers of everybody as well, because the calendar also lived near a phone when I was growing up. So it was actually really handy. So if ever I needed to double check what the phone number of any of my relatives were, I could. I know, small things. It's weird, but it's just the way I grew up. And I'm sure everyone's got their own little odd idiosyncrasies that that they did or grew up with that they've just copied forward. And I think that's kind of an interesting thing, is like how some people just follow on with the same thing that they've been shown and actually don't think about it. But then when they actually do have to think about why they do things, it's like, I don't really know. It's just the way things are, isn't it? But hey ho, that's life. Now I'm just going to double check, is there anything else I can do here? I need a pail in my inventory. I should probably put a storage box in the barn, because then I can store the pail rather than having it take up a point on my valuable inventory. Because I don't really need it on me at all times. It's just going to be when I'm gathering milk from the cows, which they're not old enough for anyway at the moment, so it's not really the end of the world. Okay, so I can't put the calendar in the kitchen. I'll put it next to the bed. Yeah. Nothing too horrific. Okay, so is there anything else that I can put in here? There we go. I'll pop my blackberry in there. So I've got a lot of blackberries, so I can make some blackberry jam, and that'd be lovely. Although, talking of which, I felt really pleased. Even though I was very unwell in the last couple of weeks, I was very pleased that I had a harvest of crab apples from the tree that I have in my front garden. And I actually had a little bit of help, because I've never done it before, but my mother assisted me in making a crab apple jam. And it's pretty damn good. I'm like genuinely shocked that it's actually pretty damn good. So it's one of those small things. I know that Stardew Valley isn't going to teach me how to be a farmer, but it does inspire me to actually try growing things. So I've got a small herb garden, I've got tomato plants in the back garden, I've got the crab apple tree. And the thing is, you can't really eat crab apples. They're a bit sour. But bees love them, and their flowers are always attracting lots of bees. I think that's just kind of the thing that I like having, though, is a lot of plants that bees like. So I've got lavender and other lovely things. I'd have foxgloves, but they are very poisonous. But I've got hollyhocks instead. Well, I did. They all died off. Now, the summer drought did a bad for them. Okay, so it's time to go to sleep for the night, and the Junimos will wiggly dance at the bus, which apparently fixes it. I mean, I'm no mage, so I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure if I grew a big, long, white beard, I'm sure I could probably come across as a bit of a wizard. I've got the imposing stature, and I'm not wont to say lots of things that Gandalf does, but I'm never late. I just turn up whenever I should. I'm always late. It's one of the curses of my life, is I am perpetually late. My friends can joke that they can accurately plot their clocks and such, because I'm usually 15 minutes late on the dot. Oh well. It's just how I roll. Late. Okay, so I'm just going to cut down some more trees, and I've remembered my mistake from yesterday. Yeah, I learned. Promise. Okay, so I'm replanting a bit more up here. It's just going to be my constant coppicing area. It will shrink over time as I have more cows and more barns and all sorts. Oh yeah, of course you're too young to make milk. Let's put some more hay down, just because. Put a cheesemaker in the corner. I have a lot of random guff in my inventory, don't I? Okay. let's open up this bit for a moment. Just have a quick chat with the animals. Are you a duck? Yes, well done. I'm looking forward to that egg hatching. I want dinosaurs. Yeah. I mean, how can you not get excited about an adorable little dinosaur? They're so damn cute. I think I do want a coop just full of dinosaurs. I think that'd be adorable. Made me so happy, that would. I think next to that little pond bit there, I'll probably extend another walled area and possibly have another coop. Or I could actually have the fish ponds in that area. I mean, it would sort of make sense because I've got the pond and then the fish ponds. I'm not sure. But hey ho, that's just how I'm just going to lay stuff down. Okay, so I do need to cut down some more trees in here because I need the hardwood, because that's kind of my main jam right now. Okay, 38 out of 80. So essentially, I've got to start throwing down that tree fertilizer on the trees and just hope they grow overnight. I think that's probably going to be what happens. I've got quite a few of the mahogany trees planted. I think I've got about 20. So it's probably going to happen that way, because otherwise there's no way I'm going to achieve that. But that's just how it rolls. So I'm going to murder some slimes. Well, I say murder, they attacked me first. How dare they? Just cut down these bits, and once that's done, I shall quickly cut out me walking because it's pretty dull. And here we go. Just because I'm lazy, I've just cut that bit out. Okay, so I thought I had actually seen this already. Perhaps I haven't. So it's Demetrius being strange because, well, he thinks I'm going to just hit on his daughter and be a terrible individual. Because, as we all know, farmers who come into your house wearing a straw hat are indeed awful people. And I guess he's some sort of naturalist scientist, nature-based scientist, not a naturist scientist. That'd be very odd. Yeah, that's just odd, mate. Demetrius, you're just being strange. Just hands down being weird. But I'll protect you for now. I won't say anything about it. You oddball. But yeah, it's kind of interesting actually doing all the soil sample testing. But I kind of like, is he associated with the university? Does he do anything? Does he report that to the government? I mean, what is he? Is he an environmental scientist who does stuff? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just going to deposit the hardwood there because that's easy and I've got enough. And that's the main thing. And so Robin can now make her hardwood bed, which I think then unlocks the ability for me to make it, which is kind of nice. As I do enjoy recipes where I can build stuff. Now, let's have a quick check and see in the community centre. Is there much else that I can quickly complete today? I don't think there is, but I would like to double check what I need to do. Okay, so I still need a couple of things from the artisan, a couple of things from the animal bundle, but 2 more from the artisan. And then I'm actually complete, which is good. Same with the animal bundle. I think there's 3 things. And once I've done that, then I get the greenhouse, which will make my life so much easier because then I can actually grow crops all year round. Now, I am going to just quickly give the wine here. That's easy. Oak resin is the other one that he wants. That's easy enough. I can't do Demetrius's field research bundle until the winter because that's the only time they actually wash up. And anyway, back to the farm. Now, let's just quickly go through what I've got here, and I can easily deposit into the fridge. And I can also put a bit of some sunflowers into my sunflower oil making machine. So I've got corn oil and sunflower oil. Ooh, aren't I fancy? Good old vegetable oil. Okay, so I'll flog all of this because I don't need it. That's fine. Go away. Go away. And what next? That's going to be the conundrum. So I'm just going to deposit all the other miscellanea away, as it should belong away for now. So got the hardwood, got the sap, there we go. I think I put it in the wrong box. Oops. Right, now, winemaking, as I don't have anything on the go at the moment, but I'm not sure what I want to make. I think what I'll do is I'll just head on over to the desert. That'll probably be the easiest thing to do, as that's also nice. I have indeed heard about the bus because, you know, I may or may not have had something to do with fixing it. So off we trot to the desert. Now, I'm not really after doing anything super intensive here. I want to catch a sandfish. That's one of the big things. I also want to make sure that I gather a few coconuts and other miscellanea whilst here. And I probably should purchase some new seeds. I mean, I've got 13,000. I think that's a reasonable amount. Oh, wow, algae. Just what I wanted from the desert. Thanks. There we go, here's a fish. I know there's also the scorpion carp here, but as much as I would like one, I don't really care so much compared to the... oh, that was very, very close. Stupid fish. I don't really want to mess that up again. That would be bad. Okay, so I caught the fish. I got the treasure chest. That's good. So I've got this... Oh, wow. 2 whole bits of copper. Oh, such luxury out of a treasure chest. Goodness, do I feel silly. I think I need a prismatic shard in there. Don't have any of those, so that's not going to happen right now, at least. Let's grab this cactus fruit. I can't cut down cacti, can I? Chop down some of these because I'm a monster and I'm just going to destroy the desert habitat of weird palm trees. It's how I roll. Oh, a warp totem to the mountains. That could actually be very useful. Like, really handy later on. Let's have a quick check and see what's in the Oasis shop with Sandy. Hello, Sandy. Sell me your wares. I am indeed a customer. It does mean that the bus is working. She must have customers from elsewhere. The road goes through the desert. I mean, you'd hope she has customers from elsewhere. Apparently she doesn't, though. Only Stardew Valley with its population of about 20 people. It's the only place you get money. Yeah, that's not a good sign, is it? That's why I also don't understand Jojo Mart. Like, you're essentially opening a supermarket in a tiny village. I don't even think it's a village. Because the definitions of towns and villages is a bit of a weird one. At least in the UK. I think you have to have certain articles in them. So generally speaking, a village is... It's just a small group of houses, typically found in a rural setting. It's generally larger than a hamlet, but smaller than a town. So a village would have about 500 people minimum. So I think Stardew Valley is a hamlet. I'll have to have a think. I'm going to look into the actual specifics of it, because I think that one of them does require you to have a pub, and it has a pub. Okay, so here's a fun little thing. I didn't know originally that you could fish here until I was mucking about on my other playthrough. And found that I could catch a fish from this little pond for no reason. There you go. So there's a little weird trivia bit for you. Did you know you can catch fish from there? Woo! Okay, so I would like some of these things, like mega bombs, but I'm not going to give you iridium ore for mega bombs because screw that noise. And I know pearls are a pain to get, so no. That camel looks so smug. I don't know what it is about that camel. I really don't like it. It's got a smug face. Okay, so now I've actually got the skull key from getting to the bottom of the mines, so I'm going to explore the skull cavern for the very first time. Go me. Now, the problem is, of course, you don't get any iridium ore very early on. You generally need to be hitting post floor 25 to be sort of guaranteed to even get one node of it. That's what I'd like, is some iridium. So eventually I will need to start exploring further into these caverns, and I think that's going to be a task for the winter because there's not really a huge amount else that I can do during the winter. Well, maybe other than like trying to farm relationships with people. That is generally what I tend to do. I tend to spend most of my time during the spring to end of fall or autumn season being just farming, and then I spend the winter trying to level up the relationships with people. That's a big purple slime. Go away. Go away. No. Shoo. Oh, God, no. Flying dragony things. Ow. Okay, they hit like a truck. Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to grab that amethyst, and then I'm going to probably book it down that hole. Let's just grab that because I can. Is there anything else shiny? No, let's go away very quickly. Avoiding the bugs that I physically can't kill. You have no idea how long I spent trying to kill them. It was silly. Well, right, so there's a hole. Let's jump down. Whee! 4 levels. So I'm not falling anything too spectacular, which is a shame. But, okay, it's another aquamarine. Actually, I do want some more copper, so this could actually be helpful. It's nice that you do get a variety of different resources from here, but meh. Okay, so we've got a ladder. Let's just go straight down. There's not much point in exploring it a bit more if there's not like... I mean, there could be a hole that I could jump down, but I could just go down a ladder. Okay. When I first played, actually, Stardew, I think the first hole I got was one of those really long drops, and you actually take damage from it. And it made me really nervous about going down those holes, so I would actually just not use them for ages, which was really dumb, because it's not too bad. It's just weird. Okay, so there's a horrible dragony flying thingy. Go away. And some slimes. Oh, more slime, thank you. I think they can drop iridium or purple slimes. It's a very rare drop there. Just cut them up. There we go, go away. Now we'll just harvest this bit. Oh, there's the way down. Down we go. And a box. Bone fragments. Might be useful, I guess. I know that they are kind of useful for being able to be used in a bone grinding machine or something. I can't remember what it's actually called. Oh, that hurt. I took a lot of damage there. Go away, go away, go away. Let's not explore further. Let's eat some hazelnuts. Apparently hazelnuts, they are the best curative. Or more to the point, they're literally the only curative I have in that space in the inventory. Now, I can't eat coconuts, apparently, but I will eat the cactus fruit. Mostly because I've got the cactus seeds, so once I've got the flower pot planter, as well as the greenhouse, then I'll be able to start growing them. As they are an all-round if planted indoors. I think that they can only be planted indoors. They can't be planted outside. Not the end of the world, or too difficult to deal with. Super easy. Now, we'll just quickly go down this pathway here. Let's see what else we can find. Let's have a look-see. Nope. Nothing super exciting at the moment. I will find something eventually. Hopefully a hole, which will take me down further. But, it's going to be just trying to find all the things, I guess. And when I say things, essentially I'm being really vague there. I want to find iridium, which I'm too high up to find, I think. And I would very much like to get a prismatic shard, because that would be really helpful. Because then I could just complete the desert thing with the teleporter very easily. But that'd be the easiest thing to do, I think. Gotta find otherwise. Okay, so I'm just going to eat that, get an omnigeode. That's good, because omnigeodes are really helpful. I totally forgot I had that trout soup. I know it'll improve my fishing, but it would actually be a much better curative than random miscellanea. What don't I want? I don't really need slime. Not slime, sap. I don't really need slime either, to be honest. But they're both gooey and not helpful. So let's just mine up these things. I would like to go and smash up that barrel. Or more to the point, like wicker basket thing. Oh, another omnigeode. That's good. I mean, they can have absolute garbage in them. But they could be useful. You never know. There's the way down. Down we go. Okay, so we've got some more gold. Lovely stuff. Okay, no, go away. Be gone. Oh god, there's 2 of them. I don't like this. These things just really flipping hurt, and they just need to go away. I think it's also because my combat is actually quite low. Although my mining is quite high, I haven't fought that much stuff. So it's meant that my combat's pretty low. I haven't got enough like decent rings or defensive things yet. I haven't got very good shoes. I mean, I've got okay shoes, and they're the defensive thing that I can get. I mean, they're purple. Yeah, purple shoes. As we know, purple means really good defense, right? I don't know. I need better, though. I definitely need better. Especially if I end up going to Ginger Island, because the things there, like those tiger slimes, are vicious. I have been knocked out on a couple of occasions by tiger slimes, and then the stuff in the caves, it's like, oh, okay. You do all the damage, do you? I see how it is. I do indeed see how it is. So, let's have a quick looky. Now, let's have a look. No. Oh, a cave carrot. That could be vaguely useful. I mean, I could just eat it for some extra energy. Probably wouldn't hurt, would it? Let's just throw that away. Mine some more things. Not sure. Okay, so I'm just going to eat a couple of things, just make sure I'm not dead, because that would hurt. Especially being that I am in the Skull Cavern, and I don't really want to get lost from here. Oh, there's a mummy. I don't have any bombs. That's another thing I need, is a bunch of bombs. I'm really bad at remembering to make them. I only need the basic bombs. Maybe not cherry bombs, they're a little bit weak. But the ones made out of iron are probably going to be sufficient. I think the mega bombs require iridium or gold. I can't remember which one. If it's gold, I can deal with that. Iridium, no. I just don't have that. Does that not look like a bit like Texas? Or maybe I'm just hallucinating. I don't know. 5 levels down. And here we go, level 25. Boom. Let's grab the quartz and just smash up these rocks and hope that we get another way down quickly. There we go. Super easy. And we'll just smash up that one, get some iron, break that. It's empty, rubbish. And we'll break these and that one. Ooh, you get some useful stuff out of them, I guess. Sometimes you do get useful stuff, sometimes you get completely pointless tasks. That's just how it rolls. I do enjoy doing the Skull Cavern, and I think at some point I would like to see how far I can get down it. Because I've watched a guy do a getting through Skull Cavern, but he was using cheats so that he didn't take damage. Admittedly, he was just trying to see how far he could get down as quickly as possible. So, I kind of see why, but I don't really want to cheat. Not my jam. In the same way, as I've said, I don't want to download any mods until I've finished the first year. Oh, dinosaurs. So this is another place you can get the dinosaur egg. It's pretty rare, but you can get them. Oh, flippin' egg. It's just remembering how to dodge those flamethrowers. Not like that, apparently. Oh, goodness. Please leave me alone. Ah! No. I don't want to get flamethrowed. No. Bad fire-breathing dinosaur. And the fact that you can keep one of these as a pet. Well, you hatch one. That worries me somewhat. Just, yeah. Killed it. Okay, so we'll, I don't really need the clay, do I? Or the wood? Nah, I can deal with that. Okay, so I've got 2 other bits that I can give to Gunter. 2 parts of the skeleton. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't like this. Don't like this. Don't like this at all. I'm going to use one of those warp totems because I'm just getting out of here. Mountains. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Let's go. Nope. There we go. Just getting out of here because I do not want to deal with that. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's just... That would have been very painful, I think, being the short answer to that. But anyway. So, I'm going to escape back home. And then we shall essentially begin Sunday. Ooh. The final day of the week. And what is here? Oh, a book. Okay, so that's another lost book. That's expanding my knowledge. I still do really need to trawl through them because you can learn some quite interesting little secrets from them. If you realise how weirdly intricate some of them are. Now, I'm just going to deposit all of my miscellanea that I've got in here. Of course, some of it is going to stay in my inventory because it's going to be used in tomorrow as I go to the community centre bundle bits. And also to see Gunter. Now, I don't need the stone. I got a lot of stone from that, unsurprisingly enough, considering I was mining. Seeds. Probably don't need the bone fragments right now. I do want to hold on to that, though, because that's for Gunter to have. And coconuts. What am I going to do with them? Not sure. I think you can make a wine out of them. You definitely can out of cactus fruit. I forget how useful coconuts actually are, or if they are at all. There, plum wine. Oh, you can make coconut wine. There we go. I've never enjoyed a coconut wine. I will also admit I'm not exactly partial to coconut water. It's not my thing. It's okay. It's just a bit bland. I like coconut. I especially like the coconut ice, which I don't know if that's a very old, very weird British thing. But my grandmother used to make it. And it's just like sugar and coconut mixed together with some other stuff as well. I don't actually know what goes into it. And a little bit of pink, like red food colouring into some. So you end up with these little cubes of, like, they're quite a nice little sweet. I haven't made one for a very long time because that would involve me knowing how to. And the last time I made some was when I was a small child with my grandmother. But hey ho. Right, so we're going to head... Oh, you want me to get to level 25? I got to level 25, Mr. Key. Chi. Whatever his name is. How dare you suggest that I didn't get there. Anyway, so we're going to close that up. And I've got to go to the community centre as one of the major things that I need to do today. And I also need to see Gunter, because I would like to get parts of that prehistoric skeleton that you get, because they look cool. Just fling that in there. Don't need that. Don't need the mayo. Oh, I've got some eggplants. I could probably throw those in there. Don't need you. What other organisational things can I do? Eggplants into the fridge. I do wonder, I need to remember what you can actually use them for, cooking-wise. I can't remember, that's the problem. But I'm sure it won't take me long to figure out. So, also because I did a little bit of Google foo, I have discovered the definitions in the UK of a hamlet. It is essentially any small group of village, like have houses or a village without a church. So that's an interesting point for this Stardew Valley, because there is this the shrine to Joja in Pierre's shop. Now, I'm not sure if that qualifies. I think it might, because I think services are done there. But the other thing is that confuses me, because I've never actually done a Joja build, or a Joja run, where you ignore, you forsake Pierre, and I'm not sure. Like, I can't remember if he closes his shop or anything, and if he does that remain open? I know that the community centre gets torn down, but I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know. Okay, a quick return journey home, because I want to make sure I have all the things that I need. Mostly including things that need smashing open. As I'm going to go visit Clint. And I think that would be a good idea. Now, don't need that. But those can go in the kitchen, as they are low quality. Oh, a diamond. Goody. I got one. I think when I get the next gem doobery thingy, I'll try and make prismatic shards, but of course I'll need a prismatic shard to begin with. But anyway, yes, so it does appear that they are technically a hamlet. But of course that requires there to be a separate buildings for the church, and I'm not sure if that qualifies, so they could be a village. More investigation needs to occur. And of course this is literally just the British definitions of things. It's not like it's an international thing, as I'm sure individual towns will have their own special information or requirements. Although I know that in Switzerland, a hamlet, ein Weiler in German. I don't know the French or the Romanche or even the Italian one, because Switzerland's weird like that. Generally are also unplanned settlements that don't have a church or an inn. So maybe under a German or Swiss terminology? Yeah. Again, I'm going to have to do some investigating. And it's one of those sad little things that I'm very easily distracted, and I get very excited about looking into weird and wonderful facts. I wonder if I do have like an undiagnosed like low-level ADHD because of that. But if I do, I do. If I don't, yeah, I just go with I'm a bit odd. Okay, so I've got 2 bits of the sloth skeleton, so that's really cool. I just need the head part now. And once I get that, I'll be well chuffed, because that'll be another skeleton. Boom. That'll be really exciting, because having a skeleton, yeah. And it's one of those weird things, like the mega sloths are one of those creature types that I always was a little bit fascinated by as a kid. I remember as a child we used to have this magazine called Dinosaurs. Came out weekly, and you built a T-Rex skeleton out of it. Not out of the magazine, but it came with bits to make a T-Rex. And then there was also a trading card type thing that came with the later issues, when they stopped focusing mostly on dinosaurs, but then started doing into some of the more esoteric creatures. And I've always loved paleontology and bones and stuff. It's always been a big thing. I'm just excited by it. Oh, yeah, so that's a glittering boulder removed, so that's fantastic. I think that means that Willy gives you the panning? Pan? I nearly said trepanning, which, if Willy gave you a trepanning, that'd be very worrying. So we're happy to help. It's not our house after all. Yeah, so we've got a fish tank. That's glorious. Okay, so Enchanter's Bundle, we've got the oak resin. I need a rabbit's foot and a pomegranate, so they're going to be the tricksy things. I'm going to try and visit the lady with the cart repeatedly, because she has a chance of selling pomegranates. Because I need one for that. And also, if she sells any of the other ones, like cherries or otherwise, that'd be useful to fill in the artisan's bundle, because I'm lazy. And if I can buy my way to it, fantastic. That'd be great. Okay, so let's have a quick look and see. So I've got a few miscellanea, which is quite helpful. I'm going to head on back to the house and deposit my goodies. As I've got the skeleton now. I've got some more pumpkin seeds. I think I've got some super fast grow. Might be enough to get a pumpkin before the end of the season. I bloody hope so. Because I need one. I need a pumpkin. Because I gave it to the wrong woman. Oops. I mean, she enjoyed getting a pumpkin. I mean, to each their own, I guess. Here, have a random pumpkin. I'm just the idea of somebody coming up to me like, pumpkin. I don't know why, it's just filling me with the giggles. Oh well. Right, let's see. So I'm going to put some copper in on the furnaces to smelt that goodie up. And some gold. Lovely stuff. Now I'm going to refill Toffee's water bowl, because Toffee's my lovely kitty cat. Named after my lovely guinea pig from many years ago. Poor little Cinder Toffee. He was my biggest lump of a guinea pig. He was huge. Like, genuinely nearly £5. For the American viewers, or about 2.2 kilos. He was a big boy. He was an absolute monster as well. He would just demand attention and cuddles. Like, he would come up to the side of the hutch and just be like climbing up, and he would nearly come out of the hutch because he was that large, and he'd be like, yes, give me attention. And if you didn't give him attention, he'd get grumpy, and he would chitter at you until you gave him attention. Such an adorable baby. It was almost like having a dog. I could have let him roam free, to be honest. Adorable monster. So, now, I am going to quickly have a look and see what other things need to be done. Now, I've also managed to accidentally delete a chunk of the recording again there because I'm an idiot. I've had a few instances where I've managed to accidentally delete it because I was coughing all over it and, you know, being an attractive individual like that. Still can't afford any of those. Yeah, I'll buy Pam a beer. There you go. Give the alcoholic a beer. Again, not the greatest idea in the world. Being that she is pretty much an alcoholic. Okay, now I'm going to try Dynamo Kart. Because I've never actually... I will freely admit this, I am not very good at this. I've never completed it. I've completed the other one. I thought that was quite easy, honestly. I do actually have that achievement for the for completing it without taking any lives. Admittedly, though, it's because it's so remarkably similar to a game I had on my old Amstrad when I was a kid. Yeah, I had a computer that played via cassettes. I'm that old. And I'm old enough that my father used to listen to the radio, because there was the radio broadcast in the UK that you could record, and it had the code for games on it. And I had a couple of those cassettes. So as you've already seen, I am really bad at this game. Oh my god. Come on. Let's try that again. Okay, up. Oh, nope. And yeah, maybe somebody needs to give me like an instruction guide on how not to be, how not to suck at this game. Because my god, am I bad? Yeah, I may have rage quit ever so slightly because I was playing that far too long, like the better part of half hour. And I don't want to be playing Dynamo Kart for half an hour on recording because that would look really dumb. Because it would just be me falling down holes repeatedly going, oh, why am I really bad at this game? Because I am genuinely really bad at that game. And I'm not going to subject you all to that because it's terrible. Now, on the beach, there's one thing I'm looking for, and I have found some of them. Sea urchins. Because I want a sea urchin in my tank at home. Partly because there is something incredibly adorable about sea urchins. I'm just going to quickly see if I can catch anything quickly as well. Because a little bit of extra money doesn't hurt. And I'm not going to be upset about a bit of extra cash money is coming in. Thank you very much. I do also need to start catching some more other fish that I can use in cooking. As that I do want to complete the cooking bundles, cooking at least one of every dish, because that'd be quite useful, I think, as that'll give me kudos, I guess, with Mr. Key. Yeah, that's a tough one. Is it supposed to be Key or is it Chi? Because it's one of the many ways I've seen Chi written, as opposed to CHI. I mean, I've seen it written XI, QI, or CHI. Again, I don't know. My level of understanding of many Asian languages is pretty bad. I took a GCSE in Japanese when I was at college. That was a long time ago. I'm very bad at remembering how to do any. I can write my name. That's about it. I can probably introduce myself and say hello. But beyond that, nope. Unfortunately, because of the level of confidence I sometimes give across when I'm speaking to people, a lot of people might assume that I know more. As I had a Japanese lady who worked in the store next to mine when I had a retail store, and I went in and had a chat with her and didn't realise she was Japanese until I heard her counting. And then, just sort of was like, oh yeah, and I can speak a little bit, and just introduced myself. And then because I introduced myself in a confident manner, she assumed I knew way more than I actually did, and I got very lost very quickly. So essentially, I'm an idiot. But it was nice to actually be able to speak and learn a little bit of Japanese from her, and she did do some very silly things, like it was a pastry shop. And she suggested that a Cornish pasty would be a Cornishu pastu, and I was like, that sounds so ridiculous. It sounds like I'm being racist in my pretending that I know any Japanese. And she was like, yeah, I don't honestly know. I think that's what it would be. It's a weird word. Yeah, a Cornish pasty is a weird word. I don't think that's one that would translate particularly well to many Oriental languages. Hey, if anybody of you out actually knows, please tell me, because it was funny. More than anything, it made me laugh. And I enjoyed learning weird and wonderful little bits of trivia. Whilst I was at college, I learned how to say big fish, little fish, cardboard box in a number of different languages because I thought it was funny. Just the idea of being able to run up to somebody in a nightclub in France and just do big fish, little fish, cardboard box, and then disappear. Yeah. Again, I really shouldn't be allowed out in public. So, now, this I love. So I'm going to put my sea urchin in my tank because it's another one of those decoration bits that I can do. But did you know that sea urchins will wear hats? Because in an aquarium, I think it was in Australia, they realised that sea urchins could wear 3D printed hats, which is adorable. Okay, so the Junimos are now going to fix the glittery boulder and get rid of that. And that looks like it's going to wrap up the end of today's session. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you again on the next Walrus Plays Stardew Valley.